we pause for a second or two. This is episode 189, Explosions and Self-Censorship. Tomorrow is New Year's Eve. And as is customary, people are expecting New Year's fireworks. And there is usually quite a lot of fireworks being used right around when the clock strikes midnight. This year, however, today, that has been the case. Yesterday, it was the case. It was also the case during Christmas time, the 25th, 26th. This year, people have been firing fireworks even now, early, a full week early. Past years, fireworks has been used on New Year's Eve, no other days. But now people are firing fireworks, here and there. Sometimes just one, sometimes quite many. And this time it is different. Today's episode is about, in part, about our Western world, but also more specifically about Sweden, my home country, the country I live in. Sweden is at the moment in a situation that is quite difficult to describe. It's a situation with a lot of stagnant energy. It's a situation of a lot of second guessing oneself. There is not free flow. In Sweden now we have a lot of explosions. We have well over 100 explosions a year. Now lately we have had it seems like an explosion a day. There are so many explosions in Sweden. And what has happened now, the situation now as it currently stands, is that people are self-censoring themselves from this. So, of all our celebrities in Sweden, of all our politicians in Sweden, of all our public voices, basically no one is talking about all these explosions. And that is really changing how people feel about this place. It's really changing how we feel about this place. The Polaroid of today's episode, the emotional skill that we make use of today when talking about these explosions and the self-censorship on part of Swedes, is universal skill body. What has happened is that the bodies of Swedes are very tense. The bodies of Swedes are not free-flowing. The energy, all the juices in our bodies is stagnant. It is frozen, scared. So scared that many Swedes, most Swedes, have gone numb. And currently we have this sort of strange climate in Sweden that all the explosions and all the frozen bodies are sort of contrasting each other. So loud noises and frozen bodies. Loud noises and silent people. And it becomes very bleak. That combination of such a critical problem combined with the silence between people, between Swedes, is really devastating. It is changing how we feel about our country and about ourselves. It is changing how we feel about ourselves. That something so devastating is going on and we're not even talking about it. We're just going silent. And we hear no one talking about it. I cannot think of one celebrity. I cannot even think of a single politician talking about it. It has been, I don't know. It's a very difficult thing. It's a very difficult thing. And then tomorrow is New Year's Eve. And Swedish news have become quite neurotic. Can be some piece of news about the weather, and then the tagline or the headline for this weather report is that now the weather can sort of make a bang. It can now the weather can explode. So this sort of self-censorship about all these explosions have now started neurotically creeping into other areas of talk. So we say that maybe the results in a sports game was explosive, or that now when snow comes, it will really hit us, bang. It's quite sad how it has gotten this way now. And historically, Swedes have been gentle people. Swedes have been people who do not readily enter into conflict. Not very fiery people, quite methodological. I don't even know the word now. Methodological, maybe. Quite. We take our time. We build things slowly and steadily. Slow and steady. And then now these explosions create quite a puzzling contrast to this slow and steady thinking. It's difficult to deal with explosions in a slow and steady way. I don't know. Maybe it is possible, maybe it's not. But what is certain is that a lot of bodies in Sweden right now are tense. A lot of bodies in Sweden right now are frozen. And we will see what will happen in this situation. The explosions have been increasing the last few years, and we will see if they will just stay around or if they will change into something else. We will see. So what is going on is two difficult things. So first we have the explosion, the initial explosion, and that is difficult in itself. Devastatingly difficult in itself. And then the self-censorship that follows, that our bodies get so tense that we stop talking. We stop expressing how we felt about what just happened. This is the second devastating thing happening. So it's not just about the explosions, and it's not just about the self-censorship, but about both. They they create each other. And this is what all Swedes are thinking about right now. What will happen with all these explosions? Will they continue? Will they stop? Will they turn into something else? It is on everybody's minds, but on nobody's lips. And it is when we walk around in the streets of Sweden, we see that people are quite confused, because what people are thinking and what people are saying or not saying are two very different things. And it's difficult to say how this will change people long term, to never be aligned in thinking and saying. Of course, a few people does, or maybe people talk about it at home, some of them, but I'm not even sure that that's the case many of the times. And what is also a question is, will Swedes change, or will Swedes perish under this pressure? It is very difficult to say at the moment. And the uncertainty of it is really taking its toll on people. Not knowing if we will be able to fix this, or if we will just cave under the immense pressure of it. It is an unprecedented situation in this country. And of course, every country right now have great issues, great problems. And today's episode has been about one of Sweden's biggest problems, if not the biggest problem. This will be the kind of thing that will sort of stay with us throughout the years. This kind of situation that we are looking at right now. And also that this sort of tension, the fear of all the explosions they're affecting people of different ages differently. The same, but differently. So we're seeing old people, elderly people acting one way. We're seeing middle-aged people acting another way. We're seeing young people acting in a third way. And we're seeing kids acting in a fourth way. So it is also splitting generations and sort of making communication more difficult between generations. Because the experience of this fear of the explosions, of the self-censorship, the experience can be quite different depending on what generation you are. And also we will see now in New Year's, many people in Sweden are worried about that the New Year's fireworks and the explosions will sort of mix in some way, or that the background of all the fireworks will sort of create this, dangerous window of time. So there's a lot of fear right now about what will happen. And celebrating the new year will feel just very nervous. It will be difficult to enjoy celebrating the new year at all. It will be very difficult. There will be a new year, but it will feel like something difficult to look forward to, I think, for many people. And that is the truth. That's it for today. Thank you.